Hey guys, so it's only about a month, 3 weeks until Christmas, and I still have some Christmas presents to make. Yeah, I know, it's not good, but anyway, I spent this week searching for patterns, and I realized that I could have spent all of those hours just making something if I hadn't been searching. And you're sitting there going, oh my gosh, I have so little time left. I hope that this helps you not waste time spending hours searching and instead just going straight into crafting. I had some guidelines, and these are the main three. For starters, it needed to be cute, which I feel like is self-explanatory. I wanted it to be practical because I just love being able to give something to someone where it makes their life just even a little bit easier, or the item just kind of fills a gap in their lives. So that was really what I was focusing on for these patterns. I feel like such an old lady. I can't read it. Okay. If you see me looking down, I'm looking at my laptop, which is where I have everything written down. So this past weekend, I actually hosted a bit of a Friendsgiving, and I realized that there were some kitchen items that I personally really like that my friends don't have, and I would like to help. So the first item is actually one of those pot holders, or one of them called it a trivet. It's like the pad that you put under a hot pot to put on the table so like you don't mess up your table. We ran out. I had like 3, but we ended up with a lot more dishes because it's Thanksgiving, and so we ended up using oven mitts, which was not the most stable, I gotta say. But I love this website name. It's I Should Be Mopping the Floor. Love it. And it looks really simple. That's sewing. And I also found a crochet one, and that just, from Madam Stitch. It's pretty simple, and I think it would be really good for helping bust my yarn stash, which is a gift to them and for me. I mean, win-win. There was another thing that I came across. I didn't even think about that I don't have, but now I want for myself. But that's not what this video is about. Is a fabric bowl cover. Because I actually really like making sourdough, but the thing is that I don't really have anything that can fully cover the bowl nicely. So I just end up with like a towel and a rubber band. But it'd be so nice to have something like made for it and not have to worry about it kind of dipping into the dough. I might make this as a gift for myself, to be honest. Oh, and that's from Hearth and Vine, I think. That who's Vine? Yes, Hearth and Vine. I'll be honest, I'm partially just looking at patterns I want to make for myself and my hobbies, which is why I was looking at book sleeves. So the video I actually had followed when I made my own book sleeve was from Pin Cut Sew on YouTube, and I really liked the video. So that was really simple. I love the pockets on it, and I'm feeling a lot more confident, so I might also make that for other people. But also, I like to crochet and knit, so I found this knit pattern, and I love the texture that it has. I mean, it's almost kind of like ribbing, but those big knit stitches look, I don't know, they look so cool, and like kind of the braided look. And now I'm like, man, how many book sleeves can I have before I have too many? Although this is for gifts. I need to remember this is for gifts. There's also this crochet one that I really, really like. It kind of reminds me of a like cottagecore crochet book sleeve. I like kind of the frilliness. And I just realized I did not give you a name. So for the crochet one, it's Stitchberry Blog, and for the knit one, it is Hooks and Needles. These are so cute. I won't lie, part of looking at patterns was looking to see what I could make myself in the future for my interests, which is why I'm also looking at book sleeves. I've already made myself one, but the video I had followed for that was from Pin Cut Sew, which I really liked and I loved the pocket on. But I also like to knit and crochet, and I found some for those too. So the crochet one, I think it looks like such a little frilly kind of cottagecore envelope, and it just looks absolutely adorable, from Stitchberry Blog. And the knit one, which I love the sort of ribbing, the exaggerated ribbing that's on it. Oh, can I have too many book sleeves? Probably, but I just love it. And that one is from Hooks and Needles. I know I'm not the only one with friends who seem to constantly lose their glasses and sunglasses, so this is what some people will be getting. The first one is just like a basic sewing pattern for a pouch, like a pencil case. I don't know why it just dawned on me that essentially a lot of glasses cases you could just use as like a pencil case, or vice versa if it's the right size. So in this case, it would be changing the dimensions a little bit, but it's from Millie Sews. You know, classics are great. They're classics for a reason, okay? Although sometimes crocheting is more of the way, and I also found this one, which I want for myself, honestly. I think I can confidently say that if I had this and I made it for myself, I would never lose a pair of sunglasses again. I'm gonna say that. I will never lose a pair of sunglasses again if I have this. It just like, it looks like 4 granny squares sewn together, and I don't know, it's just adorable, and I don't know, it's so fun. I love making things that are useful and practical, fun looking. So this was from Handmade with Lisa. It looks really simple. I might have to do that. And another one that's just like a pouch rather than sunglass specific. I actually had a bit of a hard time finding patterns that were specifically for glasses, but I suppose you just really need a bag that closes. So I guess there's not really a reason to clarify, but this one is from Yarn Inspirations. I've actually never made anything from Yarn Inspirations, but I love the colors that they chose for this. I love the like crossover braid that's happening. I have no idea how that works. I am still fairly new to knitting, but I love the texture on that, and I need to not add more projects to my list. I need to focus on gift giving and not making gifts for myself. Kind of in the same realm, so for books and such, is this Bookmark. So I started seeing these around in stores maybe a year or 2 ago. I feel like I never saw them before. I don't know if there's a new pattern or if it's just kind of one of those things that comes in and out of style. You slip onto the corners of your page to hold it. I really like it, and I actually have some that were gifted to me, and so I kind of want to keep that ball rolling and gift them to other people. And they're so small, you know? I feel like they could be very addicting. I live in Southern California, so we don't get a ton of those cold days. You just want to have a cup of tea and sit by the fire. But you know what everybody needs in those daydreams? A coaster. No one ever has enough coasters. There's never ever enough. And I found some really cute ones. This one, I just think it's so cool. It kind of reminds me of like a pinwheel and using all the different fabrics. I think you can see a bit of a theme here with using scrap stuff. It's kind of, a lot of these are very small projects, so anything that's a small project you can kind of use a lot of scrap materials on. From Sewing Times. And they have so many different cute patterns. I like the ones that look like a pinwheel, but that's just me. And these crochet ones, I love that she made the holder for them too. And just like these crochet circles, and so simple yet so perfect. Also, another great website name, Yawns and Yarns. A little crafting, a lot of yawning. I love that. I love it so much. That was such a treat when I was going through looking for patterns, was all of the cute website names. Amazing. And would it really be a holiday gift giving video if I didn't include at least one thing that had a holiday variant? And that's going to be my knitting coaster. It's from Nimble and Needles, and she used the kind of pearl stitch to do the outline of a Christmas tree. I don't know, I think it's really subtle, but also love it. I love when texture is used to kind of depict something, and they're so small and they look so simple. And I just know if I were to make one, I would never stop. It would be kind of like when I eat a chip, and then next thing I know, the whole bag's gone and I just intended to have one. I worry that would be me in coasters. So in that daydream, you know what else you need on that mug? A cup cozy. Now, I can think of 2 purposes that it serves. For starters, at least for me, sometimes I put the boiling water into my mug and the tea is brewing or whatever, and the water itself has cooled down enough that I want to drink it, but the mug is still retaining heat, and so it's too hot to touch. And when I hold it by the handle, sometimes my knuckles will skim it, and it's too hot, too not comfortable. So I think this might be a problem solving for me. I'm realizing I think I'm just coming up with my own gift list. Also, and this is partially because of Friendsgiving, it's like a fun way to kind of be like, this is mine. Like if you, I don't know, go to a coffee shop with your family or whatever, and everybody's the same size, you're like, oh shoot, whose is whose? Cup cozy. That's the answer. Answer is cup cozy. It's a cool way to mark your territory. It's cute. Yeah, I like this granny square one from Kathy Cozies. I love the button, but guys, if we're in winter, we gotta embrace winter. We don't need to be thinking about summer yet, okay? We don't need to. And I also love this knitting one from, I got this, Patty Mac Makes. Patty Mac Makes. I don't know why I've been struggling so much with that one. I love that she uses the word magical in the pattern title, because I'm looking at those colors going, someone's a Potterhead. I can tell, but you didn't want to get sued. But you know what? Good for you. But these are also just absolutely adorable, and I do have some friends who are Potterheads that I think would love this. But do they? You know what? I think they drink hot drinks. If I've not said this, if you are my friend and you are watching this, the door is the X is somewhere to click on to leave. Do not get spoiled on your Christmas presents. If I make you one of these, I'm not trying to tell you that you lose everything, but you lose a lot. So anyway, and that is why a couch caddy is important. So I found this kind of basic sewing project from So Can She, which I liked. And I like that it just like goes over the arm of the sofa. I don't know why I never thought about that, but that is so useful. And this one from Yarn Inspirations is so cute. I love the little trellis design at the bottom. And I don't know, just it adds so much. If it didn't have that, it's kind of boring. But all of a sudden, cute. It's amazing what that can do. This might be too time consuming, but depending on how much time there is, I might actually do a little pet portrait for my friends who have pets, because who doesn't want a little wallet-sized portrait of their pet with them at all times? No one wants to miss out on that. Everyone would love that. But the problem is that I don't know how to use watercolor, which is what I want to do it out of. And I don't know if I have enough photos of their pets. And I don't know how to sneakily ask. Maybe I need to figure out a way I can sneakily ask. I'll figure it out. But unrelated to that, I hope that was helpful. If you end up making anything, or if you think you're going to, please share with me. I don't know if you can actually comment a photo on YouTube. I know you can on TikTok. I don't know about YouTube. But I would love to see it, because I don't have enough crafty friends in my life. I need more. So if you're open, anyway, happy holidays, and until next time.